Kiss you way down there. Kiss you way down there.
What am I talking about? What motivates you? Makes the wood what it's supposed to be, right? It changes the whole elements of that piece of wood, you dig? And so what were the responses of what I said, and then I have to change that. If I didn't get the result that I wanted, I need to alter something. I need to change something. You dig? And so I'm always doing it, and it feels just damn good, to be honest with you. It just feels damn good. And so, yes, sir. Today, what are we doing here? Today, I'm gonna do some work. saying, because that's just, I feel like I'm just a state. I think I'm allergic to coffee. Every time I'll be sitting here for like 20 minutes prepping and setting up. And I usually have my mic to the side. And when I start talking into my mic, I start sneezing. It's crazy. It's probably just the enemy don't want me saying what I'm saying. My gosh, bro. It's probably everybody's like, man, what is the deal, yo? So I was telling her that, my whole life, like I really felt like, not my whole life, a lot of my life, I have felt some type of way around rejection. A lot of men actually things that they tell you. Usually begins with that this is where most people's issue is. A lot of the ladies that you're going to date their first, possibly their first person who traumatized them. There's some folks, you know what I'm saying? But it happens. Yeah, so like, today was cool. I've been working. This is my 8th day working. No, I can't say that. Friday was, I stayed home. I did go into the office, but it was going to get something out. And that was about it. things I have learned, that shit is dope. If you can learn that, if you can learn how to and go, it's a whole nother level, man. And maybe I'm new to the game or something like that, but it's just, man, it's something fantastic. It is phenomenal when you can do that. And so, yeah, today, so I've been going straight 7-8 days, and then I'll go. Today's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Friday. And I'll have that one. Jesus. Lord. Oh my goodness. How I'm gonna get through this. I took a nap today. So yeah, so I think that's gonna help. I ate a little bit today. Work was cool. I had my first board meeting, which is dope, for Commissioner of Fathers. So I got that going on right now. But I had to wait till the Senate does meets and whatever. That's like next year. It's crazy, but it's all good. Anyway, I have these times where I will slip back into in that low level mindset. It doesn't last too long anymore. It's like a muscle. It's like working out. And the more I learn how to get my emotions squared away, this and that, it's just phenomenal. It's just fun because you don't really need anything else once that's solidified. Once that's solidified, then I can use trials and tribulations to actually motivate me. I can use what I perceive to be rejection or perceive to be loss of any kind, or anytime somebody speaks to me sideways or hurts my feelings, ooh, right? The time in which I learn how to get over that, get through it, around it, over it, whatever, go through it and feel it, really feel that, and just feel it. You know what I mean? I had a professor, and he said, he was talking about his counseling sessions, and he was talking about how there was a guy who he was counseling, and this guy had been an addict of alcohol, and he abused alcohol, used alcohol in a negative way, and overdid it. And this guy is now sober, and he's now coming to counseling. And he had said, he's like, man, doc, I gotta be honest with you, man. This shit hurts. This shit hurts. And the reason being is that, and so I'll tell you I'll tell you the response. I'll tell you what he said after that. So his response, the counselor's response to this guy, he's like, okay, cool. Now we're getting somewhere. This is the beginning. You're just now feeling everything now. you're 50 something X years old, however old you are, and you never allowed yourself to feel anything. And there's a lot of people like that right now, walking around. They let the kids get in the way. They let their job get in the way. They let just being fake get in the way. There's a lot of fake people. My man, come on, man. I'm so done. Like, I'm at a point where I don't even know if I can watch social media anymore. Like, I want to watch what I like, things that motivate me. But anything else is just straight trash. It's straight rubbish, bro. Like, it's just like, it needs to be banned. Like, they have these things that they suggest to me. I'm like, this is inappropriate. All this is inappropriate. You know what I'm saying? All of it's inappropriate, dog. Get this out of my face. Get that out of my face, yo. And a lot of that is just all the, like, drama that's on social media. All the drama. Woo! These late nights are, it's amazing. I can get some water or listen to some music.
Escúchala, la ciudad respira. 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 Escúchala, la ciudad respira.
It's crazy. What was I talking about? It don't really matter. I'm going to study pretty soon. Ooh, that's cold. That feels good. Water's life, y'all. You keep the water clean, you'll live a long time. Yeah, so anyway, got a long stretch these next couple weeks. It's as long as I can just keep cool, keep calm. I will get some sleep, which is good. Yeah. In these times, like, it's really about not stressing. It's really about not being at dis-ease because of stress and because of whatever else whatever else is going on. I'm getting ready to move into just like a state of mind that is it's amazing. Like it's just truly amazing. And I thank God and I praise God, the Creator, for everything that I have, all the blessings that I have, because it's truly amazing, on camera and off camera. And because there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in people's lives, and when it comes to relationships, and I don't have it all together in knowledge, and I'm not a guru of relationships. All that I am is a person who values relationship. I value human beings. I also value nature. I'm a huge advocate of nature. Huge. Nature comes before pretty much everything. So before, let's say, like, I'm not saying like before law. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna go out there and just do whatever I want to do. What it is that I value that over like what somebody is regurgitating what they heard, and all they're doing is regurgitating what they hear. Well, 5 billion people do it. It's gotta be proper. It's gotta be right. But at the same time, it's like marriage, for example. I've spoke a lot about this in previous podcasts. And I had an actual series that was basically titled Divorcing Marriage, or something like that. Divorcing the state of marriage, or something like that. And to sum it up, it was basically, knowing what I know now about marriage, I wouldn't have married this state. I would have just married only under God. And there's obviously, like, I don't get the same benefits, but it's like, I believe that I should. That's what I'm fighting for. I believe that I should. I believe, why did I have to, what, because now I have a certificate. Now I can receive the services and the goods and the benefits only because I got the certificate of marriage. Like, what does that actually mean? Like, no one ever questions it. And I don't think that people care, right? They don't care, because it's like, whatever the government says, that's pretty much what everybody, like, oh yeah, we have to, oh yeah, voting works, and we have to, oh, Mark, you don't know what you're talking about. And I don't, actually. Because voting does work, man. My God. And we know everything. I know that my vote travels from here, and then it goes all the way to the federal, state, and then it travels national. I know exactly where it goes, and I know what they do with it, because they told me so. They told me that this is what they do. This is what it, Mark, this is what it is, Mark. I mean, the newscasters are telling you. The newscasters are saying that it's true. I mean, my God, Mark. Are you an idiot? Yes, I am. I'm a poor black boy, and I don't know shit, right? And so, I would have did things so differently. Because it's just like, man, like, when you read the Bible, it's like, what did I need? What did I need the state for? When it comes to marriage, what did I need? So they can give me a kickback? What does that mean? What did they do? They took something. If they're giving me back something, they took something. They don't give free gifts. They don't do that. I know, like, people like to think they might, or they're like, oh, Trump and Bin Laden and Biden, whatever his name is. I don't know these people's names, man, because I don't really give a shit. But all these people's names is like, They're giving free money out. Free money. That's not free, especially when it's coming from them. You should. Rich people don't give nothing for free. They are stingier than all stinginessers. They don't pass out nothing for free. There's always a catch to it. Always a catch. Always a catch. 100% of the time. I used to work at this. I still do sometimes. I'm not gonna name no names because they don't get no credit. But I used to work at one of the resorts. I still work at the resort over there. And there's a guy who passes out money to everybody. But there's a catch to it though. I gave you money. So you're gonna do what I say. You're gonna get this thing done. And you know what I mean? And they just, they expect that. And then when you don't do it, or let's say you didn't do it, what they're going to say is, well, man, I thought I gave you this. I gave him this, and that, yada, 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 yada. I would respond to be like, no, I don't remember you ever giving me anything, actually. Nah, I'm just playing. No, I'm not. I got to do some studying because I'm about to fade here. And then we'll come back, talk a little bit more about some relationships and whatnot. To get this ism, you dig, because it's just ridiculous. And every single day gets better and better and better. In every single way, it gets better. So, yeah, let's pull up some music here. Thing on repeat? What's going on? Oh no. Where is this at? I'm looking at an old school picture of my family. Somebody. Who? What the heck? Oh my goodness, that's good. Oh man. Oh my goodness. I love it. I love my kids, man. My kids are everything to me. Everything. Because I never had a dad. I never had a father, so I didn't really know. I didn't really understand what was going on. You know what I'm saying? Today was one of those days, too, like, where I was like, man, I wish I had a dad, But it was cool, though. I had uncles and whatnot. And one of the things I've learned about being a dad and being a father, being a man, is teaching the next generation what you know. The things that actually work in your life, what worked in your life, teaching them that. Telling these stories of what's going on. And that goes a long way. It really does, man. And I think that's one of the reasons why I started this podcast, is because, and it's outside of this, I'm also spitting game to my godson, and my nephews. So anything I can learn that actually works, I give that to them. And I'm also learning, right? So I also need people in my life, even to this day, they're going to teach me. A lot of those things are coming from books, a lot of books and a lot of reading and a lot of getting understanding from people that have learned this. Books, to me, I know there's always different things. Well, books suck and don't read books, live your life. And I believe that. I believe that you should be, for me, what works is reading books. The Way of the Superior Man, which we're going to get into later on. That's what we get into a lot on this podcast, because it is the foundation. It's part of the foundation of who I am and why I can even be like this. Because if you can sense it, right, if you can begin to understand what, past the tone, but it's the energy, it's the vibration, it's the energy in which I speak in. I call it certainty. And so I used to run these I used to do these podcasts just on audio and no video. The first one was horrible. Second one, I mean, all of them were terrible. And it wasn't until the third year, or the second year of me doing it, it got better and better and better and better. And I wouldn't edit anything. I would just go straight, just straight talk. And now that's what I'm doing now with the videos. But there's a certain certainty that I had in my audio, in my podcast, that I still do. Sometimes the podcast, it would be off, and you can tell when it's off. And I can tell when it's off. And so some of you can too. Some of you can't, because you're just still in the clouds. You ain't got a clue what the fuck is going on. And this is just a journey. Like, I'm probably, like, I call myself the #1 relationship podcast on Maui, and I believe that. You dig? Because nobody's paying me to, no big corporation. There's no entity that's paying me to do this. Right? I don't get money. Like, most of the stuff that you see, somebody has set them up. Some of the people that you see, there's probably 2 people that are not set up. One of them is Arash, AZD, originally from San Jose. Now he lives in Vegas. And then this guy, Marquette. Right? I don't really know too much. I don't even know Marquette. I know AZD and know Arash like in real life. Like, and no one's paying him. Nobody's like, I mean, he gets money to do what he does, but there's no bigger conglomerate paying him to do this. And a lot of those guys, that's what they're doing. They're never going to tell you that because they can't. It's in the contract. They can't do it. Anyway, I don't know why I'm saying that. I got to study. My goodness gracious. We'll be back just in a few minutes. We're going to listen to some tunes, and then we'll come back. We'll come back and then hang out for a little bit longer. But get your creative work on right now. Don't just watch this, you know what I'm saying? Honestly, like, it's so funny. I make these videos for you not to watch them. Because you should be in your creative essence and the state of which you best create. You need to be in that state, getting what you need to get to, so that you can make your life better, and then you can also make somebody else's life better too, because that's the whole point of this thing. That's why I do this, because it's like, if you were to have a conversation if you were able to hang out with me, your life would just change. It just is what it is. I'm not even trying to be cocky. On no cockiness, none of that, man. So yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is, and you need to get on that purpose, right? So as we dive in, we're going to be talking about mindfulness. We're going to be talking about spirituality, godliness, we're going to be talking about, as a man, you need to be on some sort of spiritual journey. You got to have you got to know your purpose. Honestly, I'm gonna say this: you need to know your purpose. You can't be like, well, I'm still finding out what God wants me to do. Man, come on now. I know exactly what God wants me to do, dog. Like, it's just a matter of me doing it. Do it. If you're not doing it, you don't know that you're supposed to be doing it because you're not doing it. It's that simple. You're not doing it. Therefore, you don't know. Just do it. Well, I don't understand what it is. Yeah, you do. Everybody knows, bro. Everybody knows. You're good, man. You know what to do. You know what you need to be doing, and what you need to do is start, figure out. So here's what's told to me by Coach John Nava. And he was a life coach. And he was my life coach for a little bit at the church that I went to. This particular church had a life coach that was assigned to the leadership. And he would give services for us for free. And he was saying that, what was he saying? What is it that makes you pound the table? What gets you excited? Like, what gets you hyped? And this guy, he's a hype guy. You can't tell when you first meet him because he's super quiet, super just chill. A walking, floating like feather. He was so just chill. And not in a fruity way or anything like that. Definitely was. Yeah, no. I mean, this man was like in the best shape, is in the best shape. He's got to be 60, 70 years old or something. I don't know what he is. But he's in better shape than I am at 47 years old. He said, yeah, what makes you pound the table? So that's my question to you. What makes you pound the table? What gets you going? What gets you going? And despite what everybody else is saying, who gives a shit with it? When people, come on, man, come. Bruh. We are living in 2024. If you are worried about what people are saying, then you're never going to make it. From experience, you're never going to make it. If I worried about what people are saying, I wouldn't even have this podcast. It's like, why you have this? And why you doing this? And you working, blah, 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 blah. This and that. The washing machine and the dryer back there. You there? I got my kids' panties are back on the wall. But that's the whole thing, dude. That's me. You dig? Because if what? I'm gonna be like, I don't want my kids' paintings on it. No, I want my children's. I want them. I want to look at their scribbles. I really do. Because when I see the art, I get teary-eyed just thinking about it. When I see the art that my daughters and sons make, I know everybody loves it, but it's dope. It's just dope to me because I don't know where we homeschooled, but we never had an art class. And Nini, who is probably Nini and Amaziah are the artists as far as like drawing and stuff like that. And sketching and whatnot. And so Nini, how she taught herself was she traced a lot of stuff. She would look at a photo and then she would just draw it. And then she would be like, okay, side by side. Sometimes she does trace it, actual trace on top, and then does that. And then she just, because of YouTube, it's just like, wow, that's phenomenal. It's true, but she has this innate gift. It's what makes her happy. Where, my oldest daughter, she's like, she's into what she's into, right? She's into fashion and stuff like that, and she's into like the color schemes of clothes, and she could, dress somebody with, okay, that looks good, that doesn't look good, that matches, that. She really loves that. And she was making dresses when she was a little kid. She was building and creating and cutting, and she would be cutting all of our stuff. I mean, it was just crazy. And I hope that, and at first I didn't understand, and I hope that I didn't stifle her, because she would just take, she would be picking, oh, I want this clothes, and she would just take all of our clothes and stuff that we didn't want anymore, and she would just shred it up and then create dresses for her dolls. I mean, I'm talking 9 and 10, 8, 9, 10, like amazing stuff. And I hope we have it on camera, but just not even on no sewing machine, no anything. She just kind of just made this thing. Truly amazing. And so yeah, I want my kids party. You know, we have a locker over here. Locker set, 6 lockers. And I let them paint however it looks like. And some of it looks crazy. You know? My daughter's like, I'm gonna put stickers, you know, and then like my son's like, I'm gonna paint, and he like painted 5,000 times. And then my daughter, my Yara, she painted a solid color, but it's her paint stroke, so she knows how to paint stroke. It's just amazing. I love it. I love watching them learn. I love watching them learn. You know, because I never had a father to do that. You dig? And so I became everything that I didn't have. You understand that? I became what I didn't have. And I became the things that weren't taught to me that I wanted to know. I became that. I'm becoming that. Even to this day, I will always be learning. I am forever. I will never actually die. I believe I'll never actually. This body will be dead at one point in time, and you'll never ever see it again. The way it looks right now. And hopefully you didn't. You know, you spent time with me. Because if you didn't, I mean, I can die any. I'm not promised in my next breath. I'm not promised when I sleep. Every time I go to sleep, I look at my kids, I'm like, oh, those are my kids. I love them, 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 I love them. Because maybe next morning I won't wake up. Because there's going to come a day when that's going to happen. Because I'm not making it out alive. But at the same time, it's like, you know, I'll be spirit. So, yeah, anyway, I'm going to go study. Peace.
It's all a bluff. It's all a bluff. It's said you never thought I was good enough, but I called you Ace, your kingdom, and it's all a bluff. I've been thinking, 'cause I don't wanna waste my precious time. Always looking for the next best thing. Do it on your own this time around, round. So all you lucky ones, what up? You're always on the run, what up? I mean, don't get me wrong, but what up? Or was I not the one you dreamt of? No, no, no. 'Cause the life you live will never be enough. Why don't you stop for a minute? Just relax yourself. This moment will never come back again. It's sad you never thought I was good enough, but I called you Ace, your kingdom, and it's all a bluff. It's all a bluff. It's all a bluff. It's sad you never thought I was good enough, but I called you Ace, your kingdom, and it's all a bluff. It's all a bluff. It's all a bluff. It's sad you never thought I was good enough, but I called you Ace, your kingdom, and it's all a bluff. It's all a bluff.
I wonder, is it worth living now? They told me dreams come true once you live it out. I picked up pieces from my childhood in a broken house and heal my soul from the trauma we've been given out. I hear the whispers in the wind under smoky clouds and tell myself once again, I'ma work it out. So much shit can happen, yo, it got me tripping now. Yeah, it's feeling different now.
Feel like I'm zoned out, put my phone down, damn it's cold out. Plotting on a rollout, we took our own route, really on our own now. These them winter schemes, plotting for better dreams, cooking flows and melodies for OGs with felonies who've been locked since the 70s. You gotta pray for enemies with jealousy, they only feed off the good-hearted. Just don't bargain, stay in your lane and keep hogging. Know that you a target and gotta finish what you started. Life of being an artist, gotta show them where your heart is. Put your all in, keep calling, keep going, don't stall it. Don't fall for what they all been dishing out. Just be yourself and it'll work it
I
out.
wonder, is it worth living now? They told me dreams come true once you live it out. I picked up pieces from my childhood in a broken house and heal my soul from the trauma we've been given out. I hear the whispers in the wind under smoky clouds and tell myself once again, I'ma work it out. So much shit can happen, yo, it got me tripping now. Yeah, it's feeling different now. Yo, living in doubt could be the death of you. It's only a few that'll rep for you and rarely ones that'll step to you and let you know where you wrong at instead of letting you ride away in your soul. Rather be whole and pure in my spirit. This life never ending until you near it. A lot of shit to bear with. Sometimes you don't wanna share it, but don't keep it in cause you fear it. It's an epidemic sound and you can see right where I'm headed. I'm elevated, oh yeah. We was waiting, oh yeah, to make a statement, it's clear. The way them boys persevere. Yo, we taking the stairs. Don't let them get in our air. They go watch, I'ma stare. Tell them pull up a chair. God gon' answer our prayers. Living now. They told me dreams come true once you live it out. I picked the pieces from my childhood in a broken house and heal my soul from the trauma we've been given out. I hear the whispers in the wind under smoky clouds and tell myself once again, I'ma work it out. So much shit can happen, yo, it got me tripping now. Yeah, it's feeling different now.
I wonder if it's worth living now. They told me working 9 to 5 just to make it out. And now the dark nights got me needing mouth to mouth. Resuscitate my dreams, tell me what it's all about. I wonder if it's worth living now. They told me show a little skin just to make it out. They told me grind until I doubt, till I reach the clouds. Excuse me a little moment while I break out. Never let them take me out.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Live as if your father were dead. A man must love his father and yet be free of his father's expectations and criticisms in order to be a free man. Imagine that your father has died, or remember when he did die. Are there any feelings of relief associated with his death? Now that he is dead, is any part of you happy that you need not live up to his expectations or suffer his criticism? How would you have lived your life differently if you had never tried to please your father? If you never tried to show your father that you were worthy? If you never felt burdened by your father's critical eye? For the next 3 days, do at least one activity a day that you would have avoided or suppressed because of the influence of your father. In this way, practice being free of his subtle expectations, which may now reside within your own self-judgment. Practice being free in this way, once each day for 3 days, even if you still feel fearful, limited, unworthy, or burdened by your father's expectations. Mindfulness. My father is actually dead. I didn't know my father at all. I know more about him today than I did when I was growing up, because of finding out information from my mother, and finding my sisters. They found me and I found them. I have a whole family that's just like, man, it's crazy, that I never even knew about. You dig? And I still don't really know how to really deal with that. It's quite overwhelming. It's quite weird because I don't know him, so it's just weird. You know what I mean? That this guy fathered these other people. I don't know how I feel about it just yet. It really doesn't. It's not a negative thing, but it's definitely something that it is more of a fulfillment. That hole or that gap is being filled, and it takes the wonder away, right? But there's still so much I don't know about my dad, and so I don't really have that expectation from him. However, because I didn't have a dad. Because I didn't have a dad, I made every male my dad. So I was always seeking that validation from many people, which is a horrible disease. I do not recommend it at all. It's not what I teach. It will make you very sick. It's so not good to be living like that, where you're always trying to please and to get acceptance. It's horrible because it's never ending, and you don't really you lose yourself. You don't really know who you are because you're trying to be everything else, and you're trying to be something else for somebody else the way they want you to be it. It's horrible, man. And you get tired, you get lost, and you're always sick. You're always sick because your body's constantly working. You never shut down, and you just seek that validation. You don't even know what you're doing, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Guys do it, women do it. Women do it now more so in the way of, because of social media. So it's like, look at me, you know. Men do it too as well. But they try to seek that. They're like so caught up in women. So caught up in women. And that's what drive, that's like their driven, that's their drive, is women. It's like, I have to get this. If I don't have her, I won't be happy. You will be happy. You will be okay. Trust me. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. Drop it. Your pain as a man will decrease 99% when the woman is not your purpose. She is not your purpose. God is your purpose. Your higher power is your purpose. And then you can then now pour into this wife that you have, or this girlfriend, or whatever she is to you, whatever you call it. And so, yeah. So, yeah, it's crazy. Let's see here. Care for nothing. Have no care for nothing. But in everything, by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. Let's read that. That's Philippians 4. Let's go there right meow. Philippians 4. Philippians. Yeah, it's late here, dog. It's super late. So I say care for nothing. You're probably used to be anxious for nothing. If those of you who read the Bible or just looked at Philippians 4, 6 and 7, most of the time it says be anxious. But when you break that word down and you look it up in the Strong's Concordance, the word translates to care, right? Don't be careful. Be careful for nothing. Or cast your care. Really, it's a casting of a care, right? So, like anyone ever been fishing, know about fishing. What do you do with the line? You cast the line, right? You whip it out there, throw that bad boy way out there. You cast it out there, right? You don't holding on to that weight and that hook and all that other stuff. If you held onto it at the shore, you're really not going to get far. How you going to get a fish? You got to cast it out, right? You got to cast it out. So be anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, right? So be excited about that prayer. Already thanksgiving, already giving thanks for what you may not even have, but you're asking for. Let your request be made known to God, and peace of God, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding. Somebody give me a wiki what? Yes, sir. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding. So imagine, right, Solomon, right? Solomon is like, some of what he did is, he's my hero. Same as David. Wise, beyond wise. Beyond wise, beyond wise, beyond wise. And yet peace is the thing that surpasses all of that. Will guard your hearts and minds through Jesus Christ. So check this out, man. Check this out, man. Come on, somebody make some noise. Did you hear that? You missed it. You probably missed it. Why don't you go ahead and turn there right now? Okay. Oh, that being silly. Now it's just like I'm tired and I'm just like, be anxious for nothing. So I did this small, kind study, right? And I asked people I was working at, that's what I do. I just get census and stats all the time. I was working for a company. I was working with 2 women, 2 girls, Hispanic girls, three, and then there was a girl up front. So 4 total. And I asked him, like, what is it about anxiety and stress? Like, why do people think they need it? What is it? Somebody help me, because I'm not understanding why people actually think you need this constantly all day long. Like, there's no actual threat. And they kind of got mad, but they said this. They all agreed too, which was crazy. They said, well, when somebody is anxious, let's say in a relationship, you know that person cares for you. Okay, let's back up. So let me get this straight. You're in a relationship, and that person's always worried and stressed out, anxiety. Stress, anxiety. Care. I'm so care. I'm being care. Oh, care. I care about everything, all of your mistakes. Now I'm pissed off now. I'm mad because you didn't do the dishes. I'm mad because you don't come home. I'm mad because you work too much. I'm mad because you don't give me enough time. This is the girl, right? I'm mad because you don't do this. I'm mad because you don't do that. Now I got to go out here and I got to go get attention from somebody else. Now it's your fault because I got to get attention from somebody else. Come on now, man. So you're telling me that now I know, because of all this drama that this woman is giving me, now I know now that she cares. So care for nothing. So what you know what I mean? Like, imagine that. What if we did that? Like, how far would we actually get? Like, how would we feel in our bodies? How less of dis-ease would you have if you cared less and were not so anxious? And so then I went to this other job. Completely, people did not know them. And I talked to everybody. I said, I need help on this one, man, because I'm lost. I really don't understand. I'm serious. I'm so serious. I don't understand what it is about. And I told them the story. Like, they were like, yeah, Mark, you fucking dummy. You don't know that? And I'm like, wait a minute. All 10 of you agree to this? All of you agree that when you're anxious and when you're worried, that person now, that person receiving all that knows, that person cares for me. Am I off? Seriously, this needs to blow up. Turn this music off. Turn this music off. Turn this music off. I need everybody in the whole world. So you're telling me, I'm so serious. I'm not even joking. This is not even a joke. I need to know this. This needs to go viral. Do I need to say Trump? Okay, I said Trump. Okay. Kamala Harris, whatever her name is. I don't know. So you're telling me. So I got a girlfriend. I'm just saying. And she's anxious in the relationship. And she's always worried. She's always careful. Always stressed out. So I'm supposed to go, ding, she really cares for me. Is that what I'm supposed to do? Is that how I'm supposed to act? Like, somebody make it make sense. Somebody make it make sense. Seriously. Somebody who has all the knowledge in the world, all the wisdom in the world, somebody needs to see this video. Somebody make it make sense. Anyway, because what I read here is be anxious for nothing. I don't know, right? I mean, maybe if a lion came in my carport right now, if a lion came up here, I would be tripping because there's no way out of this. There's no way out. There's no door. I mean, there's a gate over here, but it's all packed with stuff. I'm pretty much dead, right? And he's going to get through the door eventually, I think, maybe. He can get through the window. I mean, he gets sliced up pretty bad. But, I mean, maybe then I would be anxious, you know? I was going to, I was on a trip. And I think I told you this before, but I'll say it again. We were going to a family trip. We were going to go to Kahului, and we were going to go to, I don't know what bay it is, Honokai Bay. I'm probably saying that wrong. But it's on the other side of the island. So it's like Lahaina, but this way. And I've never been out in the ocean swimming before, ever. I've been 10 feet in the ocean. That's about it. I went snorkeling, but it was like literally like I can stand up, but then I just was just there. And so I don't know what's out there in the sea. I don't know how it really works. I'm not a strong swimmer, but I can, you know, I get it cracking. So we're headed out there. We're driving over there, and I can't eat. I can't sleep. I'm nervous. So we get over there, and I did eat reluctantly, and we get on the boat. We're jamming down the ocean. The music's going. We have hors d'oeuvres and whatnot, fruit. I don't want any. Coffee, I don't really want none. I'm trying to be brave for my kids. And I decided that I was going to go. I was going to do it regardless. Regardless how I felt. Regardless, it doesn't matter how scared I was, if I was going to pee in my pants. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do it anyway. I never been out the ocean. I mean, it's like 30, 40 feet deep. You know, you're looking down like, what the heck? It's just like, ugh, it just gives me the chills just thinking about it right now. But it was the best experience I had. Like, it was epic. It was epic. And then I ended up jumping off the boat into the water and whatnot. And the worst thing about this whole trip was I had gotten seawater jammed up my nose, and it hurt for like 5 minutes. That was the worst thing that ever happened on that trip. Jumping off the boat was amazing. I can't believe I did it. I wasn't going to do it because I stood there and I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. But then what I did was, how I do things is I walked away, took all my gear off, right? I had my fins, flippers off, I had like a belt thingamajigger on, a floaty belt thing, took that off. And then I was super hungry, so I had put my stuff down. Then I had to go back past the place where you jump off the boat. And then I was walking. Totally guy thing, right? I seen the girl, like one of the girls on the boat, and then my kids, right? And my wife is there too. Everybody's there. And then there was a kid there. There was another kid there. And I don't know, I looked at him, he looked at me, and it was like he said to me, do it. And I just did it. I just jumped. I was like, I just jumped. Oh, the best thing ever. The best, because I was scared the whole way. And then I'm swimming back to the boat, to the ladder on the back. And as soon as I'm about to touch the rail, like, I just panicked. I don't know what the heck. And I mean, I was good, but I had to like relax in the water, and then kind of come and then grab up and walk out. Best thing ever. I mean, my food tastes so much better, I think. I was so hungry. Oh my gosh. Did so much swimming. And it was like, why was I even anxious? You dig? Like, why nothing? Why I was so worked up for nothing. For nothing. I had the worst attitude going the whole trip there. I had the worst attitude. I got so sunburnt too. And I had so much fun. I would 1,000% do it again. 1,000%. Like, I'm like, can we go on another one? You know, it is worth the money. The food is good because you get fed. They cater from Threes, which is in Kihei, which is owned by local guys, 3 local guys, I believe. And we just had burgers and chips. Burgers, chips, hot dog, and there was like a teriyaki chicken. I didn't eat the teriyaki chicken. But yeah, it was amazing. Truly, truly, truly amazing. Yeah. But it wasn't worth it to get worked up and anxious. It just wasn't. And I never, like, in my own relationship, I'm not anxious about the relationship. Like, that's like what I'm not even trying to be that. I'm trying to do the opposite. I want to do the opposite of be anxious. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make sense. Let's go to Psalm 55:22. What's cracking what it says? What is cracking over here? What I say? Psalms 50. Psalms 55:22. Cast your burdens on the Lord, and he shall sustain you. He shall never permit the righteous to be moved. Ooh, come on now. Cast your burden. Like I said, with the fishing line, cast your burden. So all your burdens, you want to throw them onto the Lord, and he shall sustain you. You want to be sustained by God, the Lord, all caps, which is God Almighty. He will sustain you. He shall never permit the righteous to be moved. I like that. So I'm on a firm foundation. You dig? That's what this is telling me. Here's how I read. Here's how I take the approach of the Bible, God's word, and just Christianity in general, right? I take it like I'm not actually a Christian. Like, I don't. If somebody asked me, somebody did ask me the other day, "Oh, you're a Christian?" I'm like, yeah. I'm not, though. I'm not, and it's so backwards. I know people are like, what? It don't make no sense. I do everything like I'm a Christian, but I'm not. I don't claim it like that because I like to look at it from like I like how I learn and how I receive things. It's like, oh, I don't know anything. You dig? I don't know what's going on, right? And I try to read it from a person who doesn't know this. The Bible doesn't know this, and it's like, if I just looked at this, right? If I can just use this as the truth, I just read it like this is the truth. Cast your burden. So I read it literally. So if there's a burden on my life, right? Whatever that is on your life, right? If I'm burdened by something, like something's weighing me down, I'm supposed to take that off. I'm supposed to cast that bad boy. So I imagine myself, seriously. Let me think about an issue right now. Let me think about a good one too. It has to do with money. You know, boom, I got it. Business. Okay. So that burden around what I'm thinking about, I have a fishing pole. I'm going to hook some bait on it. And then that's the bait is the burden, right? I'm going to hook it there. And then I'm going to cast it because I'm trying to get something, though. So you take the burden. God's out there, essentially, right? And I'm going to give it to him. and he's going to give me back what? What does anything come back to you? And he shall sustain you. So I have standability. He shall never permit the righteous to be moved. So I'm not going to be moved, meaning what? I'm on a firm foundation. So winds come, storms come, more burdens come, different burdens come, more issues come, more anxiety might try to show up. But now I can't be moved because I'm casting, right? And I'm not just casting out for nothing. I'm not out there like fishing for nothing. You dig? Let's go to 1 Peter. Bruh. Oh my God. That was good. Bruh. Here's the thing. Okay, let me read this because I need to. 1 Peter 5:7. Casting all your care upon him, for he cares for you. Man, I got deja vu. Casting all your care upon him, for he cares for you. So your cares, my cares, the cares that I hold, I'm supposed to cast them onto someone who cares for me. See, a lot of times these women are casting cares to people that don't care about them. That's your problem. Your problem is that you're giving your care to someone who doesn't care for you, and you don't even know it. You ain't got a clue. You don't know it, that this person does not care for you. But you don't care because you're holding all your care. You're really stressed out. I don't even understand how people even have sex when they're so stressed out. How do you even function? How do you make a decision? It's crazy. Whew, it's crazy. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, walks about like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. Resist him, steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same sufferings are experienced by your brotherhood in the world. So you're not alone. You dig? And we need that brotherhood. And that's what I'm building here. I'm not building anything else. Like I always say, always, there should be no women listening to this. You should log off right now. Go listen to somebody else. Don't listen to this. This is not for you. And that's what it is, man. You know, the way I approach social media is I look at what's out there, what everybody's doing with the relationship podcast and this and that, and that I do the complete opposite. You dig? I just live my life. I'm just living my life. I'm not here signing up. I don't know, man. I don't even know how to explain it. I try not to watch a bunch of relationship stuff. Sometimes I do. I get caught up in it. It's comedy to me. It's entertainment. All this stuff is you can flip on right now on Instagram right now, and somebody's doing the little skits and whatnot they do. It's just entertainment. It's entertainment. It's pretty foul. You know what skits that are foul? The skits that are there's just like Hispanic, and they're doing it for clout. Now I can't knock the hustle. I can't knock the hustle, man. Hey, good job. But really, I wouldn't want my daughters watching that garbage, because I don't even really know their name. I don't really care. They somehow come up and it's really like it's like the woman's like abusing the man and stuff like that, and it's like it's a joke. It's not real. It's entertainment. I get that. But you're over here, but in the real world, that's the that's how she is for real. She may not actually hit him. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying she is like most women, some women, right? There's some women out there that's like, well, no, don't be looking at no other girl. Don't be talking to no other girl. Don't be this, and that. You better not be da 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 da. And it's like, has that even happened? Why are you like that? You know, and that in these videos, that's what she's doing. She's like, you know, trying to set him up with another girl, and then he makes a mistake, and then she hits him over the head and stuff like that. It's just like, come on, man. Like that is not the relationship that men want. As funny as it is, as silly as it is, it's garbage, man. Because there's women are I talked about the nature in the beginning. The nature of things. The woman is so receptive of the things that are put out into the world, into social media, because that's just how they are. They're so receptive. They would believe anything. You know what I mean? And it's proven because the world is populated by dumb men and women having babies. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, what? You don't need nothing wrong with the kids that you have. That's going to sound bad, but it is what it is, man. Some people just should not be parents, actually, you know? And so, yeah, I can't even watch those reels. I can't even watch them because I'm just like, man, bro, like, that's how you want to teach? Like, you can't teach the good. You can't teach something productive. That's not productive. So beat your husband up. What? That's crazy. That's crazy, man. I don't even know, man. And it's funny because, like, I would say, like, mark your old school. If I'm old school, I've been old school since I was in the 4th grade. You dig? I must be old school since I was in the 4th grade, because I've had these before there was internet, before all this stuff. You know what? I'm about to make a decision right now. I'm not going to sit here and watch all that garbage no more. Nah, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna have to wean myself off this garbage. What'd I say? Psalm, we did 1 Peter 5:7. Casting your care upon him. Let's go with Colossians 3:2. Colossians 3:2. Go ahead and turn there right now. Colossians 3:2. Set your minds on things above, not on things on the earth. For you died, and your life is hidden with Christ in God. When Christ, who is our life, appears, then you will also appear with him in glory. So basically, set your minds on things above, not on things on the earth. Why? Because you died in Christ. You know, that's the metaphor, if you will. You didn't actually die because you're still here, but your old self, right? Your flesh, the carnal of you, these desires. Now, I don't necessarily and this is, what is this, Paul? Colossians, he's writing letters. Yeah, I mean, Paul was, he was different. Paul was different. That's a different man right there. Because he's so religious, and so he's got such a religious tone to him. So, yeah. Anyway. Yeah. You are looking for peace. You're looking for clarity. You're looking for peace. You're looking for understanding. You're looking for wisdom. You're looking for knowledge. These are the things that you want. And you're looking for them in your relationship. You need to stop leaning and stop looking to your woman. I don't care if this woman is your wife. Stop looking to her for anything, especially when it comes to knowledge, understanding, wisdom. This is not something that you're not getting these things from her. These are not things that you're getting from her. These are things that you're getting from God, not her. You need to stop it. Most of what we know about relationships, I call it Disneyland. It's a Disney fairy tale. You got to throw it away. You got to throw it away. You have to throw it away. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. This is why relationships are messed up. Because you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. My wife, she'll get, angry, and she'll make these side comments and speak to me rude. And I'm like, whoa, okay, this is what we're not going to do. You dig? Because I don't speak to her this way. I don't speak to her rude like that. But they will. They will speak to you rude. And then when you try to do it, it's like, what? Yeah. Nah. And so there's a way in which, there's a way in which you communicate to a woman that shows authority, right? Please don't speak to me this way. Yeah. I'm not going to stand for that. It's rude. And I don't know if you can see that it's rude, but it's very rude. If I can videotape you saying it and play it back to you, you might see it. But then again, you might not. But the way you just said that to me, don't do that again, right? She ain't gonna listen because she gonna do it all again and again and again, right? If she don't listen, you're talking to a child, and yeah, you just have to continue to put your foot down. You need to do it in a loving way, and you need to do it in a way in which you can build her up and edify her, because she doesn't know. That's the point. You got to understand that. And the way, you're not going to be yelling at a 1-year-old, 2-year-old because they didn't do the dishes or they didn't do this right. They didn't fold the underwear right at 2 years old. Like, you're not yelling at them for that. They don't know. They haven't been seasoned on how to fold underwear. So you're going to show them how to do it in hopes one day that they will learn. And maybe they will not. Maybe they won't. Who knows? But you're seeking this clarity and you're seeking this understanding. You want to know how you can change this person. How do I get my wife to do this? How do I get her to do that? You don't. You become that man for yourself. You become the man. You get on your purpose. Get on your purpose. Get on a regiment. Get with the brotherhood. That's what you need to do, is get with the brotherhood. That's what you need. I had a friend over, and we were discussing some relationship stuff. And at the end of it, I was like, whoa, man, come on, man. No, nope, no, you're not going to do this. We're not going to sit here and wallow. Nope. What am I gonna do? He wasn't doing that. I'm just saying. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but we're not gonna wallow. We're not gonna wallow in anything. We're gonna do exactly what we need to do. That's it, and we're going to do it with authority. This is if I want to do this. This is what I'm going to do, regardless about what this woman is doing, right? And you don't need to disrespect her. Part of that communication is we don't need to disrespect, because the other person will disrespect themselves. They'll do it themselves. You don't need to do it for them. You dig? You don't need to disrespect them for 'em. All that, everyone that has done wrong to you, everyone that has cheated on you, said your name sideways and this and that, all this stuff, it'll come back to them. It will come back to them. It will come back to them. So you don't need to do any of that. You don't need to do, because really, like, there's a lot of times these men are tripping this and that. Well, there's going to be a lot of women off the market in about 5 to 10 years. If not, I'm being generous with that. 5 to 10 years. It's happening right now. But I would say about 60. Man, let me be generous. 55% of women will be completely single, not ever having a companionship with anybody. 55% of humans on this planet, because they would have had drinking the Kool-Aid that this world is giving them. They would have drinking the Kool-Aid. And what's going to happen is there are going to be tons of women. And then let's say everybody's linked up, married up, booed up and whatnot. And you have all these other women that, you know what I'm saying? We might have to go back to 2-3 wives. You dig? You know what I'm saying? We might have to go back to 2-3 wives. And maybe there's not going to be enough. I don't know. I feel like there's more women on the planet. I feel like, I don't know. I don't even know what it is. How many women? Is there more women than men? Does Siri know? Let's see. What's Siri? Hey Siri. Mm-hmm. Is there more women on the planet than there are men? Oh, okay. There's slightly more women, more men. Uh-oh. We'll see what happens. But you got to think, like, there's men in jail, and they want, Obama's. They done built. When he was a president. I was working at a jail, and the big thing that they were pumping was they gave, like, the counties, they gave them like millions and millions of dollars to build new jails and whatnot. And then they wanted to build 30 new private prisons in California, because they're trying to resurrect, the slavery again, right? The new Jim Crow law. There's a book on it. You can go read it. But when I was working there was meetings after meetings after meetings after meetings after meetings after meetings with all these people. My office I met at that time, I don't even know who these people were. So many of these senators would come through. The governor, Jerry Brown, at that time was coming through. The woman who was a representative of California, she was always coming through. All these different people were coming through this office that I worked at. And some of the meetings I was in, some of the meetings I wasn't in. But the one meeting I was in had a whole bunch of of dignitaries or whatever. I don't even know these people, to be honest with you, Doug. Like, I'm just like, I just be living my life. But, and then they had a bunch of officers and like captains and people with all these badges and this and that. And they were so excited because they were getting money. Everyone was getting millions of dollars from millions from the Obamas and Bin Ladens, whatever his name is. And they were going to build new prisons, private prisons, and then those prisons basically were going to build so then they can have free labor, right, on the cents. They would pay these guys 3 cents a day, making all sorts of stuff, everything. These people would make everything, and I don't know how far they've gotten with this. I have no idea. This was years ago, 2000 and whenever Obama Laden was president, whenever that was, I don't remember. Nor do I give a shit. But so I don't know if it's going to go. But what was going to happen is that these prisons, they would have this free labor, or cheap, I should say cheap labor, because they wanted to give money so they can't say like they're not slaves. They're getting 3 cents a day. They got a bed, they got a cot, they got food, they got everything they need, and they would make all of our everything they would make. And you can say, hey, I need these microphones and these boom stands. They'd make everything for nothing. And then they charge you 20, 30. I mean, these people are racking in the money. Just raking in the money. Because it didn't cost them anything. I mean, it cost them the labor was nothing. The material was probably more than anything else. You know, then they would charge these people, these inmates, because they got to wear clothes, you know, shoes and whatnot. And these guys would get money, but they're not going nowhere. They just can buy, like, you know, they can buy stuff. And because of COVID now, they, you know, every inmate has like an iPad and cell phone. That went out the door. That whole, I was like, what? They have iPads? Yeah, they have iPads. I'm like, what the heck? And I don't know how they can use them, this and that, but they have access to these things now because of COVID and whatnot. And so, I don't even know why I'm saying all this. Yeah, man, it's crazy because the state of relationships. That's what I was trying to talk about. You know, what I was saying is that the women they just follow. And they're stuck in fantasy. They're stuck in fantasy, and all you have to do is have a good mouthpiece, and it's all good. You don't need anything. You don't need. I don't know. Nor do I care. But I don't even think you need money. You don't even need a car. You don't even need a job. There's homeless guys right now that are getting cookie. You know? It's crazy, man. Stay up. Tresho9, folks. Trey Wayers. Stay up. Yeah. We'll be going live tomorrow. Every Monday and every Tuesday. Mondays and Tuesdays we going live. Even though I'm dog tired. I call this my 5 to 9. After my 9 to 5, I come and do my 5 to 9. It's really almost 12 o'clock, so I'm about to wrap this bad boy up because I'm super tired. I got, you know what I mean? It is what it is, man. I won't stop. Well, actually, no, I'm taking next Tuesday off. I am taking next Tuesday. I got to let them know. I'm taking next Tuesday off, and I might work from home next week. Whew, because I'll be dog tired, man. So, yeah. It's all good, player. Baby. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for hanging out. I greatly appreciate it. You are amazing. And despite what everybody else says, you dig? Yeah. So The Way of the Superior Man, go check it out. I've been reading this book for years. It's phenomenal. This guy did a good job. He did a good job. I'm going to read this book until it doesn't serve me anymore.